boiled down, the essence of what I told him was like, never. No, I don't do drugs, of all things drugs. That wasn't cool. Like, I get we were friends, but that, like, don't ask me that, you know? Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Basha, and I'm in my mom's car again. I know it's a little hard right now with everything going on in the world to kind of find a place in my house that I can film right now, because my mom's home like all the time. She's not going out for class or to work or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to find like those quiet little moments where I can just kind of like get my phone out or my camera out and actually like film a video. So I kind of have to do it whenever I have to run errands and almost kind of like break quarantine, because my mom's quarantined us, rightfully so. More like this is what I do anyway. Stay at home, sit on my bed, watch Netflix, play things on my computer. But yeah, it's what I do anyway. So for me, it's not quarantine. For me, it's just a regular day. I think, yeah. You know what? We're just gonna leave it there. Just gonna leave it there. But anyway, I had to run to the bank today. And my mom also kind of like wants me to run to the store. And running to the store is like a scavenger hunt these days, because the stores literally have nothing. Like, I have been on like YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, and so many people are like posting videos and images, pictures of how like the shelves are empty, like, and it's very much the same where I live right now. So like stores are barren. So she wants me to like try to run to the store and find something. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, yeah. You know what? I just wanna mention how coronavirus just happens to make its appearance right during spring, like right during allergy season. Like, excuse me, I don't need my neighborhood Target thinking that I have coronavirus just because I sneezed, when in actuality, I just have allergies. Like, I think we need shirts that says, "Don't worry, I just have allergies," you know? That would be a good idea. I would buy that shirt, especially if it came in like long sleeve. Like, I would buy that shirt, because you have no idea how many dirty looks me and my sister have gotten just because I either like clear my throat, or I like do a little cough because I accidentally swallowed wrong, or I sneezed a little bit, and people are just like, ah, like, you know, they like look at me like I'm crazy. Sorry for this glare. But yeah, no, people are looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, sorry, I just have allergies, my guy. I just got allergies. Yeah, so that's a bit hard. But anyway, back to the reason for this video. This got me so triggered and turned though. Ooh, speed bumps. Let me just get rid of these. There we go. We got one more coming up. But, just gonna get by all this for you, and then we'll be right back. Back to the real reason for this video. I was sitting on my bed doing what I do best, watching videos on my phone. Actually, this specific time, I was watching a TikTok video, and you know how you're watching something on your phone and it reminds you of a time of, like, it reminds you of something that happened to you. Yeah, that's what happened to me. And I went on like a 30 to 45 minute rant because I remembered that this happened, and then I remembered my response to what happened, and I was like, you know what? That wasn't cool. Like, I get we were friends, but don't ask me that, you know? Like, don't ask me that question. But anyway, this friend shall remain nameless, because his name has nothing to do with the story. But the fact that, but his gender does have something to do with the story. So, like I said, I had to park because this is, I know that this is gonna get me, like, there's no words. But I just know that this is gonna require me to park because I'm gonna need to use both of my hands because I speak with my hands, especially when I need to get a point across. But anyway, so this was, I don't remember what year I was, but this was definitely in my undergrad in college. And if y'all remember from the first video, I did my undergrad and then I also did my grad at the same school. But this was in my undergrad time, and this guy, he was, I think, either 1 or 2 years above me. And through being in a club, we actually became friends, or acquaintances, more like, because we didn't really like hang out. We only talked to each other. We were cool with each other, but we only like talked to each other really when it was during a club meeting or whatnot. So one day at one of the meetings, we were outside for one of these meetings, and we were at our one of the dorms has a volleyball pit, so we were actually in that area. So we were outside at the volleyball pit. It was kind of just like a cookout day, you know, whatever. I just went to just like show my face, because I was like, I know they're not gonna, like, they're grilling like food, and I know that they're not gonna have anything that I can eat. So I was like, I'll just go to show my face. I'm not gonna go to eat any like food or anything, because they're not gonna have anything that I can eat. So I showed my face for like 5-10 minutes, and then I was like, I'm leaving. I got stuff to do, whatever. So as I'm going around, you know, making my rounds, saying, you know, goodbye, being like, hey, bye, you know, like saying goodbye to everybody. This guy, he just happened to be one of the last people I said goodbye to. And I almost said his name. So I'm saying bye. I'm like, hey, you know, peace out. I'll see you tomorrow, or see you next time, whatever. And as I am about to leave, he just looks at me and he goes, I kid you not, like without skipping a beat, he looks me dead in my face and he says, I haven't seen your hair. So like, when can I see your hair? Yeah. You heard that right. He looked at me knowing that I'm Muslim, because I'm not sure if anybody knew that or not, but he looked at me knowing that since the moment he met me, I wear the hijab. And he looked me in my face and he said, I haven't seen your hair. When can I see your hair? He said that like I was just gonna, just like he was gonna ask that question. I was gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that only you, out of everyone in the entire world, was the only guy that hasn't seen my hair. The only person that hasn't seen my hair. And I was just gonna be like, let me show you. And I was just gonna like whip my scarf off right then and there outside and show him my hair. Like, that had me all types of like, I did not, like, he took me aback for a second, because it took me a good second to respond to him, because I was like, because I was looking at him like, did you seriously just ask me like when I can see your hair? And so like my thing is like, why would you ask me that question? And then like, don't, because people, when they feel weird, or like when they ask you a question about your hijab and they feel weird, or you don't answer them fast enough, they try to play it off by saying, I'm just joking, whatever. Like, no, you weren't joking. You legitimately asked me that question because you legitimately thought that I was gonna show you my hair. Like, I was gonna schedule a time for you to see my hair. Like, I'm just giving out, like peaks of my hair. Like, come by my room, come by 528 at 10 p.m. And like, like I open the door, he gives me $5 and I show him like a piece of my hair. Like, no. And then like, don't try to play it off as though you were joking. Like, oh, I just asked that question because I was just joking, whatever. You weren't joking. You were not joking. Because if you were joking, you wouldn't have asked me that question. You asked me the question because you wanted to see my hair. You wanted me to answer you the way you wanted me to. You wanted me to say, oh yeah, so sorry, let me just show it to you. And that had me all types of like, what? Because that, like, nobody had ever just like outright looked me in my face and said, hey, I haven't seen your hair. When can I see your hair? No one had ever done that to me. More or less a guy, like a male, someone of the male identification, like no guy had ever looked at me and outright, flat out said, when can I see your hair? Bruh, never. You can never see my hair. Like, like, I don't know. Yeah, that, like, I was watching a video on TikTok and it reminded me of that. And then, I'm sorry, like, then he followed it up with me, because I don't remember word for word what I told him, but boiled down, the essence of what I told him was like, never. Like, you're not going to see my hair. Like, why would you ask me that? That was pretty much what I said to him, but I said it in a nicer way. And then he responded to that. He wasn't even like, oh, I was just joking. No, he responded to that with, Like he leaned, like he did one of those. Like he full on took a lean. Like he leaned on the little column area or like a table or whatnot. He leaned and he looked at me and he squinted his eyes or whatnot. Like he did. And he squinted his eyes and he said, "You're straight edge, aren't you?" And I looked at him because I was like, no one's ever used that terminology around me before. I looked at him and I was like, what's straight edge? And he's like, you don't drink, do drugs, smoke, like you don't do any of that, do you? And I was like, no, I don't drink. No, I don't smoke. No, I don't do drugs. 3 things that you're just like, I'm Muslim. Like, no, I don't drink. No, I don't do drugs, of all things, drugs. And no, I don't smoke. So, yeah, call me straight edge. But no, I don't do any of that. Like, I had to look at him and I had to just be like, you know what? I'll see you next time. I think, because I remember looking at him and I remember looking at him and saying, you better be glad I like you and that we're friends. Like, you better be glad we're friends, because if we weren't friends, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Like, this conversation would have been cuts. Like, this conversation would have been cut, okay? So, like, I just remember ending that conversation, looking at him saying, you better be glad we're friends and I like you, okay? You better be glad I like you and that we're friends. And then I said, I'll see you later, bye. And I turned around and I walked off. Yeah, that whole interaction just boom, like it came flooding back into my brain, like triggered, like from that one TikTok video. And I've been watching like a lot of TikTok videos lately, but it's just one specific, and I don't even remember what video it was. I just remember watching a video on TikTok, and then all of a sudden I remembered this interaction, and I was like, you know what? I need to make that a story. I need to film this. I need to make that a story, because like I feel like people are getting comfortable just asking out of the blue questions. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, like as a Muslim, as a person who wears the hijab, I don't mind questions. Like, I don't. And people, like you don't know the craziest questions that, like, I get asked some crazy questions. But I just feel like people are getting way too comfortable asking ridiculous questions, you know? Like, there's one thing to ask a question because you legitimately don't know the answer to it. Legitimately, like, asking me, oh, so, like, why do you wear your scarf? Like, why do you wear the hijab? Or what's it called? Or like, I see that you wear black all the time. Okay, this was literally a question somebody asked me. And in hindsight, it, like, makes complete sense as to why they may have asked that question, because they aren't Muslim. They weren't a hijabi. They don't know. But I was like, that made me think about the colors that I wear and how often I wear it. I wear black a lot, like a black hijab a lot. And this person, random person, I didn't know this person, stopped me on the street. This was also while I was in school. And this person looked at me and said, hey, so I've seen you around a lot, and I see that you wear black hijab a lot of the time. And I know that there isn't just one color. I know that there isn't just like a black one, because I've seen people wear other colors. So I was just wondering if color had to do with anything religiously? Does religiously do you have to wear a specific color for a specific time? And I was like, no, I just like wearing black. Is just the easiest thing for me to wear and match like with my outfits. And they were like, oh, okay, well, I was just wondering. And I was like, no, it's fine. Yeah. Like, you can totally ask me questions, like something like that. Like, to me, somebody else may think like, oh, this is a stupid question. But to me, like, it's not stupid. That was a question because someone genuinely wanted to know the answer to that. Someone genuinely did not want to know. But to look at somebody and say, I have not seen your hair. When can I see your hair? Like, the world that we're in today, basics. Like, there's no way that you can't know basics, 1. 2, like, you have never seen me outside of covering my hair. Why would you think it's okay to ask me that question? I don't know. We're friends. Like, me and this guy, we're friends. We don't talk that much because he's long since graduated. I've long since graduated. We live on two different sides of the US or whatnot. Actually, I don't even know where he lives, but he doesn't live where I live. I know that. But we're friends. Like, we follow each other on social medias or whatnot. But yeah, like, I just had to get that like off my chest. And people say that no question is dumb. Like, it's not that it was a dumb question. It was just like, it was an inconsiderate question, So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is, think about the question you want to ask, and whether or not you want to ask that question because you genuinely do not know, and that this person could give you some insight on that, or you just asking a question just to ask a question, just to see what my response would be. And if you're asking a question because of the latter, then don't ask the question. Like, don't ask that question. Don't put yourself in that kind of situation. And that's not to say that I don't like questions. It's not to say that I don't like being asked questions, because I love being asked questions. I love it when people don't assume that they know the answer to something. I'd rather someone ask me a question that they consider stupid than to just assume the answer to something and their assumption is wrong about my religion or me as a person or the hijab or anything like that. So, not to say that I don't like questions, not to say that I don't mind questions, but just think about the question you ask. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to end this now, because if I don't end this now, I will continue to rant, and my mom is probably like thinking like, she only said she was going to the bank. Where is she? And probably like pulling me up on GPS to figure out where I am. So I'm going to cut this. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you liked it. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.